When we first arrive in Mondstadt, it feels warm, safe and free. But the longer we stay, the more we realize not every story in the City of Freedom has a happy ending. Today I want to talk about two characters who have always felt different to me. Two brothers who grew up together at Dawn Winery and ended up on completely different paths. Their story is not about rivalry, it's about grief, about loyalty, about what happens when trust breaks and never fully heals. Let's talk about Diluc and Kaeya. The wealthiest man in the City of Freedom, owner of the renowned Dawn Winery, and a gentleman respected by nobles and commoners alike. And yet by night he becomes someone different. Diluc was not always a solitary figure. As a young man he was passionate, idealistic and deeply devoted to the Knights of Favonius. He trained relentlessly to uphold the Ragenwyndian name and fulfill his father's greatest wish to become Mondstadt's most esteemed knight. His talent was undeniable. He passed the knight's trial with distinction and became the youngest ever cavalry captain. Diluc was admired by citizens and comrades alike, but the praise he valued the most was from his father Krepus. Everything changed in a single night. During an attack through Ursa the Drake on a transport convoy, Diluc and Krepus were overpowered. In desperation, Krepus revealed a hidden power, a delusion, an artificial vision created by the Fatui. Krepus defeated the dragon, but the delusion backfired. He died that night. After that incident, Inspector Eroch of the Knights of Favonius ordered him to conceal the truth to protect the knight's reputation, and in that moment Diluc's face shattered. The institution he had sworn himself to trampled over everything he believed in. He resigned immediately, and in his despair he abandoned even his vision. Diluc left Mondstadt and traveled across Tevat in pursuit of the truth. All trades led to the Fatui and the secret production of delusions. They are counterfeit visions capable of immense power, but at devastating cost. He dismantled Fatui strongholds relentlessly, drawing the attention of the Harbingers. He escaped death thanks to intervention from a mysterious northern observation belonging to a vast underground intelligence network. Eventually, Diluc joined that network. 4 years after his father's death, Diluc returned to Mondstadt. By then, Eroch had been exposed as a traitor. Grandmaster Waka had departed on expedition and Jean served as acting Grandmaster. Diluc reclaimed leadership of Dawn Winery. He became the epitome of refinement and composure. Privately, he became Mondstadt's shadow. After some time, rumors spread of a mysterious figure cloaked in red flames. Monsters were slain before the knights could respond, and abyss mages were eliminated before investigations could begin. The city began whispering about the Dark Knight hero. In public, Diluc dismissed the name with visible disdain, but in truth his double life defines him. He believes the knights act too slowly. To him, justice cannot wait for bureaucracy. Diluc once saw his vision as divine recognition, proof that he and his father had been acknowledged by the gods. But after Krepus' death, that belief collapsed because his vision felt useless. He discarded it. Only after years of hardship he reclaimed it, not as a gift from the gods but as an extension of his own will. Outwardly, Diluc appears cold, distant and sharp-tongued. He avoids speaking about the past and shows visible irritation toward incompetence. But beneath that exterior lies a deep sense of responsibility, enduring loyalty to Mondstadt and lingering grief he never fully resolved. Despite everything, he never stopped protecting the city. He simply chose to do it alone. Diluc commands wealth, information and influence. Through tavern gossip and trade networks, he possesses knowledge that rivals the knights. In many ways, he is Mondstadt's uncrowned king. Few characters in Mondstadt are as difficult to read as Kaeya. Kaeya carries himself with effortless confidence. He smiles easily and drinks freely. And yet behind that lies one of the most conflicted figures in Mondstadt. He is the adopted son of the Ragenwyndian family, the cavalry captain of the Knights of Favonius. a trusted subordinate of Jean, and secretly a remnant of Kaeya. Kaeya presents himself as carefree. He is frequently found at taverns rather than headquarters, drinking alcohol while casually gathering information. But this is no accident. Kaeya weaponizes charm. He enjoys placing people under pressure, allies and enemies alike. He takes visible pleasure in watching hesitation flicker in his comrades' eyes before battle, just as he relishes the fear in his enemies' expressions. For Kaeya, outcomes matter more than methods. He is a self-proclaimed anti-hero. As long as everything falls into place, he does not concern himself with how it gets there. Kaeya was taken in by the Redenwinder family as a child. One day his father left him at Dawn Winery and never returned. Master Krepus adopted him. But this version is a carefully constructed lie. Kaeya belongs to the Alberich clan, who are regents of Kaeya after the cataclysm, and he was placed in Mondstadt by his biological father. He told him, "This is your chance. You are our last hope." He was not abandoned, he was deployed. Out of guilt, he confessed everything to Diluc in that night when Krepus died. The brothers drew their blades. As they clashed, fire met eyes, as in that moment Kaeya received his vision. His cryovision was born not from loyalty to Mondstadt or devotion to Kaeya, but from truth, since for the first time he stood before Diluc without lies. Kaeya reclaims his eye patch as inherited from a pirate grandfather. In reality, he wears it to conceal the scar he received during his duel with Diluc. For some time, Diluc believed he had blinded Kaeya in that confrontation. But even after Diluc later clarified he knew Kaeya was not blind, Kaeya insisted, "Blind or not, the scar remains." Despite his extroversion, Kaeya shows signs of loneliness. He frequently reminds the traveler that they can rely on him. He offers assistance freely, and he expresses disappointment when others leave. The only topic he never willingly discusses is his past. Even when questioned by authority, he gives only vague, carefully curated answers. Everyone has secrets, he says. Kaeya is a survivor of history's collapse, a man born into a foreign nation, raised in a free one, and forever uncertain which future he truly belongs to. They were once inseparable. Raised under the same roof at Dawn Winery, trained side by side with the Knights of Favonius, protecting Mondstadt in light and shadow alike, and yet today they stand opposed not as enemies, but as mirrors. Diluc is fire in its purest form. His emotions burn openly: anger, grief, conviction. When his faith in the Knights shattered, he left. When injustice appeared, he acted. When betrayed, he severed ties. Diluc's pyrovision reflects intensity and clarity. Kaeya, by contrast, has eyes. He conceals, he preserves, and he waits. His cryovision manifested in a moment of truth, yet he continues to live surrounded by carefully curated lies. Where Diluc reacts outwardly, Kaeya internalizes. Diluc's worldview crystallized the night his father died. He does not hesitate or play political games. He does not tolerate morally grey zones. Kaeya, however, lives inside ambiguity. Born in Kaeya, yet raised in Mondstadt, he embodies divided loyalty. His very existence is a question without resolution. If conflict arises between his homeland and his adoptive nation, where does he stand? Diluc believes justice delayed is justice denied. As the Dark Knight hero, he eliminates threats before the Knights can process paperwork. His approach is personal, immediate, uncompromising. Kaeya believes justice is balance. He once risked his own men to force a bandit leader into confrontation, not out of recklessness but calculation. Diluc fights like a blade. Kaeya fights like a chess player. Krepus' death defines both of them, but differently. Diluc saw his father die because of forbidden power and institutional cowardice. His grief became rage. His rage became purpose. Kaeya saw something else. In that moment, the impossible tension inside him, Kaeya versus Mondstadt, shifted. Krepo's death destabilized the balance that had trapped him for years. He felt grief and, shamefully, relief. Mondstadt's core ideal is freedom. Diluc chose his path. He walked away from the knights, reclaimed his vision, and defined his own justice. Kaeya never had that luxury. His role as Kaenria's last hope was assigned to him as a child. His loyalty was predetermined before he understood what loyalty meant. Diluc fights for a freedom he believes in. Kaeya fights while questioning what freedom even means. Kaeya's full name is Kaeya Alberich. The Alberich clan were regents of Kaenria after its destruction, meaning they held authority in the absence of a monarch. It means Kaeya is not just a refugee or survivor, he descends from leadership. If Kaenria ever seeks restoration, Kaeya may not just be a soldier, he could be a claimant. But is Kaeya still on a mission? This is where theory begins. We know Kaeya was planted in Mondstadt intentionally. He was called Our Last Hope, and he is from a ruling Kaenrian clan. But we do not know whether he still believes in that mission, whether Kaenria expects something from him, or whether he has already chosen a side. Kaeya himself avoids answering, but subtle hints suggest something important. He has never acted against Mondstadt's interest. He has actively protected it and appears deeply attached to its people. This suggests either he has chosen Mondstadt or his long-term plan aligns with protecting it, even if it's just for now. If Kaenria rises again, whether through the Abyss Order or surviving factions, Kaeya's role becomes interesting. He could be a bridge between two worlds, a traitor in either direction or a mediator, or a catalyst for conflict. Whether he will ever answer Kaenria's call or bury it forever remains one of the most dangerous unresolved threats in Mondstadt's story. And when Kaenria steps fully into the light again, Kaeya will have to choose. Could Kaeya become an antagonist? Kaeya is one of the most unstable characters in Mondstadt's cast, because unlike most playable characters, his loyalty is not fully resolved. The setup is there. Weavers rarely introduce his heritage like this without payoff. The question is not whether his Kaenrian origin matters, it's how it will matter. But what would turn him? For Kaeya to become an antagonist, there are a few things that need to happen. If a Kaenrian restoration movement emerged, not just the Abyss Order but something structured, Kaeya might face an unavoidable summon. If he is truly of the Alberich line, he may carry symbolic or political importance. The rage of ancestral duty could reawaken. Kaeya was always balanced ambiguity, but what if that balance collapses? If Mondstadt, the Knights, or even an Archon were revealed to have played a role in Kaenria's destruction beyond what we know, Kaeya might reinterpret his loyalty. He is not blindly patriotic, he is pragmatic. If the moral high ground shifts, he could shift with it. Kaeya becoming an antagonist not because he believes in Kaenria's supremacy, but because he chooses to carry its burden alone. He could align with a hostile faction temporarily to protect Mondstadt from within, redirect a larger catastrophe, or prevent Diluc from being forced into conflict. If Kaeya becomes an antagonist, Diluc becomes the emotional core of that arc. Diluc represents uncompromising conviction. If Kaeya shifts into moral grey territory again, Diluc will not tolerate ambiguity. That confrontation would be personal. The tragedy is that their first duel ended with honesty. A second duel might end with choice. Despite everything, Kaeya has never acted against Mondstadt. He actively protects civilians. He remains within the Knights of Favonius instead of operating independently. And he shows genuine attachment to the people around him. But most importantly, when given the opportunity to fully embrace his Kaenrian identity, he did not. He confessed it. That suggests he does not want to live divided forever. Kaeya is unlikely to become a true villain, but he is highly likely to become a temporary adversary. a political wildcard, or a morally grey actor during a Kaeya-focused arc. He is the question mark embedded in Mondstadt. Could Kaeya become an antagonist? Yes, structurally the groundwork exists. Will he become a villain? Unlikely. More probable is Kaeya will be forced to choose publicly what he has postponed privately for years. And that choice will redefine him, not as hero or villain, but as the man who finally answers the question he was born carrying. But what are your thoughts on Diluc and Kaeya's relationship? Do you think Diluc's reaction to Kaeya's confession was too much? And what about Kaeya? Do you think he can cause serious conflicts in the future? Let me know in the comments. And thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.